Hi everyone. We have the ninth class for logarithm. This is an equation we want to solve. It says log 5 base a squared minus 4 log 5 base a plus 3 equal to 0. Now we can see that if you observe the equation, you find out that we have here log 5 base a, we have log 5 base a. Only that this log 5 base a is squared. So it's like this expression like x squared minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. So what do we see? We see a quadratic equation. So you see log 5 base a, log 5 base a. This one is raised to a power of 1. This one is raised to a power of 2. So this rises what? The need for what? For quadratic equation. But what do we do now? We say let log 5 base a equal to a letter of your choice. Yeah, so you can choose to say T. You can choose any letter other than O because O resembles 0. So for every log 5 base a, let it be represented by T. So this is T squared minus 4. Log 5 base a is T. Then plus 3 equal to 0. Now this one is a quadratic equation. So what do? We open our two brackets equal to 0. Now this is the variable with the square. This is the term in x and this is the constant term. So the question is what are the factors of 3? What are the factors of 3? The factors of 3 are 1, 3. Of course, 3 is a prime number, so it has only 2 factors. Now, these 2 prime numbers, we want to make sure that if we add them or subtract them, we can get this 4. And definitely, when you subtract 1 from 3, you cannot get 4. But when you say 3 plus 1, you can get 4. So how do we give them the signs? This is minus, this is plus. The first sign goes to the bigger factor. Beware, the first sign. This is the first, this is the second. The first sign goes to the bigger factor. The bigger factor is 3. Then how do we get this sign here? We say minus times plus, which is minus. So now see how interesting it is. Minus 1 times minus 3 is plus 3. Minus 1 minus 3 minus 4. So now, since we have t here, we say t. So now we can say minus 1 minus 3. So interesting. Now we say t minus 1 equal to 0 or t minus 3 equal to 0. So we say t is equal to, move this to the other side, it becomes 1, and or t is equal to, move this to the other side, it becomes 3. But you and I know that the question does not come with t. Yeah, we use t to represent log 5 base a. We are to find the value of a. Okay, so now we say log 5 base a is equal to t. We start with this one. If t is equal to 1, this implies log 5 base a is equal to t, but t is now 1. Yeah, so we say 5 is equal to a to the power of 1. So a to the power of 1 is a. So therefore, a is equal to 5. But we don't only have one value for t, we have 2. So we need to go again. We say if t is equal to 3. Okay, so this one implies log 5 base a is equal to t. but t is now 3. So 5 here is equal to a to the power of 3. A to the power of 3. So if it is a to the power of 3, what do? We multiply this by 1/3 and multiply the power here again by 1/3. So this goes. So a is equal to the cube root of 5. Yeah. So what is the value of a? The value of a is now what? 5, or the cube root of 5. But the thing is, what is the cube root of 5? What do we get as the cube root of 5? The cube root of 5 is 1 point something. Yeah. So tell me in the comment section if we must include the cube root of 5 or we must not include the cube root of 5. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to follow, like, share, and comment. See you in my next video.